time it is. I was off on a bye, and I need somebody to trash talk. And thankfully, who's rolling in this week to Neyland Stadium? That's right, Texas A&M. How you guys doing? It's been a while. Well, we've only met 4 times in the entirety of our program's history, but what better time to stretch the series and take over? We're 2-2 overall. It's time to be 3-2. Man, oh man, Texas A&M. You know, I don't have any transgressions against Texas A&M. I don't hate them. They're not one of our rivals. You know, we don't, hate each other. You know, we don't have a history. There's nothing really to hate about Texas A&M as a Tennessee fan. But unfortunately, for y'all at least, you have to play us tomorrow, Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CBS. And you already know a grand wholesale ass whooping is coming. And that's exactly what's going to happen to y'all. So let's talk about Texas A&M for a minute, shall we? I'll tell you what, one of the dumbest things, and this is something I can't stand about Texas A&M, how in the world are you going to pay to watch somebody yell and scream and trash talk the team that you play? That's exactly what y'all clowns do, this midnight yell thing. It's the dumbest thing ever. How are you going to pay to watch that? These 5 clowns in overalls jumping around going, here come Aggies. Why would you do that when you can come on here and watch me trash talk for free? I don't need to... Nobody has to pay me to hear me yell and scream and tell you the truth, which is that Texas A&M sucks at football. Yeah, you heard me. Texas A&M sucks at football. You know why? These clowns pretend that they're a military school, going around pretending that they're on the level of Army and Navy and all these other Ivy League schools, when the truth is, they're nowhere close. They can't even win national championships like they can. You got to date all the way back to the 30s to find a time where Texas A&M was meaningful at any type of level of college football. And it's just gotten worse. It's just gotten worse for them. You know why? They went from the Big 12, speaking of which, the last time they won anything from the Big 12, 1998, shout out to that year. The last thing that they did was all the way dating back then, and what did they do now? They roll themselves all the way going into the SE friggin' C, and as you can expect, they haven't done jack diddly doo dah. What have they done? Oh, well, Johnny Manziel won a Heisman. Oh, whoa, that's crazy, bro. How you can get to a point in your program's history where you're relying on a single person to be your biggest feat, your biggest accomplishment. It's just absolutely mind-boggling and embarrassing. But I guess it makes sense when you think about the fact that Missouri and Texas A&M came to the SEC at the same time, and Mizzou has done a hell of a lot more than the Aggies have. And that's embarrassing. Mizzou is a complete joke of a football program, and somehow they've achieved more in the SEC than A&M has. That's insane. While we're on the topic of Baker Mayfield and Johnny Manziel, that whole comparison, it reminds me a bit of Oklahoma, of course. And Oklahoma had a man back in the days where A&M meant something who actually owned Texas A&M. And that's my boy, Josh frickin' Heupel, who's currently head coach over at the Tennessee Volunteers. He owned y'all then, and he's getting ready to own y'all now. Man, my boy Josh Heupel about to put the whooping on Texas A&M. Out of all the things that I've said that's humiliating about Texas A&M and their football program, all of that is just completely tame in comparison to what I'm about to tell you. 2022 rolls around, 2022 signing day. Texas A&M has the best recruiting class in all of college football history. Yeah, that you heard me right. They had the best recruiting class in all of college football in 2022. And what did they do with all these incredible talents, these freshmen that roll in to Texas A&M? What did they do with it? Go 5-7. You actually have to try to take talent like that and somehow manage to not even make a bowl game. You went around the same level. You were exactly around the same level as Vanderbilt last year. You both went 5-7, and the difference is Vandy has been known for historically having no talent. No talent at all. And somehow, that team with no talent ended out with a better season than the team with all the talent in the universe. What costs more? Jimbo Fisher's buyout or that recruiting class that they paid for? The boosters. The boosters paid $30 million for that recruiting class. I better hope y'all better hope they have another 30,000 in the belt. Otherwise, how the hell are you gonna get rid of Jimbo Fisher when another terrible season rolls around, which is what's getting ready to happen. You already have 2 losses. Many, many more are coming on the way, and that includes one tomorrow. So get used to it. This clown Jimbo Fisher, ever since that one national championship he got from Florida State, he's been nothing but a flat-out disappointment. He gets fired from Florida State. Texas A&M sees it. They're like, oh my gosh, please come to us. We need you more than ever right now. And since then, what has he done? Jack diddly do da. Whenever I make these comparisons between Jimbo Fisher and other head coaches, all I can think about is Mario Cristobal. 2 coaches who bring massive amounts of talent to their program and deliver nothing. Absolutely nothing. The big difference is, though, Jimbo Fisher can't beat Mario Cristobal. And that's sad. I mean, that's a knee slapper right there. You done lost to the non-knee taker. That's pathetic. Pathetic! You know, out of all the clown stuff I heard this week from Texas A&M, of course, I don't have any transgressions against Texas A&M. They haven't done me wrong. You know, like I previously said, we're not rivals. We don't hate each other. But the fact of the matter is, there's another loss coming tomorrow for Texas A&M. That's just all there is to it. You know, you played us in 2020, which on top of, you have to look on the very, very top of Cinderella's castle to find the level of Mickey Mouse came from that game. Because, I mean, there were more people watching the Miami-Georgia Tech game where Miami had that big fumble. Mario Cristobal owns Jimbo Fisher, by the way. There were more people watching that Miami game than there were Tennessee fans in 2020 there in attendance to watch that game. So, yeah, there's going to be a very, very big difference coming tomorrow when you find out that there's not going to be 13 people there like you were expecting, but rather 100,000 Tennessee fans raining down on Texas A&M. And this clown Gary Danielson talking about how the SEC, Neyland Stadium is not that loudish compared to Ole Miss and Kentucky. It's around the same level. You're going to find out, unfortunately, Texas A&M. You're going to have to blame Gary Danielson for the big old grand old whooping that's coming for Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher, because Tennessee is fired up, our team's fired up, I'm fired up, and you best guarantee Josh Heupel, the man that owns you, is fired up as well. The Tennessee Volunteers are going to put the whooping of a freaking lifetime on the Texas A&M Aggies. So go Vols, baby! We're whooping Texas A&M! Woo!
Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
Bye. You get your goddamn ugly ass